Today, March 31st, 2026, the world woke up to a threat that could change everything. The United States president has given Iran 1 week. 1 week to agree to a deal, 1 week to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. And if they don't, the threat on the table is total obliteration of Iran's power grid, oil infrastructure, and water supply. This is not a drill. This is happening right now. And today on Daily World, we are breaking down everything you need to know. President Trump took to social media this morning with one of the most aggressive ultimatums issued by an American president in modern history. The message was clear. Iran has roughly 1 week to agree to a peace deal, permanently abandon its nuclear ambitions, and reopen the Strait of Hormuz to international shipping. If Tehran refuses, Trump threatened to completely obliterate Iran's power plants, oil production facilities, and, in a striking escalation, possibly even the desalination plants that supply drinking water to millions of Iranian civilians. The White House backed up the president's message directly. Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt called this a, quote, once-in-a-generation opportunity for the regime to make a good deal with the United States. But here is where it gets complicated. Behind closed doors, Trump reportedly told his aides something very different. According to administration officials, the president may actually be willing to end the U.S. military campaign against Iran, even if the Strait of Hormuz remains largely closed. His team has assessed that fully reopening the strait could push the conflict well beyond his preferred timeline of 4 to 6 weeks. So the public message is, deal or be destroyed. The private message may be, let's find a way out. The world is watching both. Iran is not backing down. Iran's foreign ministry spokesman called the White House peace proposal, and I quote, excessive, unrealistic, and irrational. Tehran has flatly denied that any negotiations with the United States are even taking place, directly contradicting Trump's claim that talks are moving in the right direction. And Iran is not just talking. In a dramatic move today, Iran's parliament approved an initial plan to institute a toll system in the Strait of Hormuz. That means Iran intends to charge ships for the right to pass through one of the world's most critical waterways, a waterway that, under international law, is supposed to be open to free navigation. This morning, an Iranian attack struck a Kuwaiti oil tanker near Dubai. Authorities confirmed no oil leakage, but the message was unmistakable. And in direct retaliation for U.S. and Israeli strikes, Iran vowed to target American university campuses across the region, a warning that the conflict is no longer limited to military infrastructure. Overnight, the United States and Israel launched a new wave of strikes on Iran, this time hitting the capital, Tehran, in the early morning hours. President Trump shared a video appearing to show a massive attack on Isfahan, Iran's third largest city and a key military and industrial hub. Fire-tracking satellites from NASA detected explosions near Mount Safi, an area known to have significant military positions. These strikes come as the U.S. has now deployed more than 50,000 troops to the Middle East, a massive buildup that signals Washington is preparing for multiple possible scenarios, including a potential ground operation. The U.S.-Israeli military campaign, now officially known as Operation Epic Fury, has entered its second month with no clear end in sight. The consequences of this standoff are being felt right now, in your wallet, at the gas pump, and in economies around the world. As of today, Brent crude oil is trading at $106 a barrel. West Texas Intermediate, the U.S. benchmark, sits at $100. And the average price of gasoline in the United States crossed $4 a gallon today for the first time in years. These are not just numbers on a screen. These are real costs hitting real families. At the grocery store, at the pump, in heating bills, in the price of everything that gets shipped anywhere. And if the Strait of Hormuz remains closed, Or if Trump follows through on strikes targeting Iran's oil infrastructure, analysts warn prices could surge far beyond $100, with some projections pointing toward $130 or even $150 a barrel in a worst-case scenario. The global economy is standing at the edge. And right now, the decision about whether it falls belongs to a handful of people in Washington and Tehran. So where does this go from here? There are two roads in front of us. Road 1, a deal. Iran agrees to negotiate, steps back from the strait, and a ceasefire is reached before April 6th, the date Trump has signaled as a key deadline. Oil prices stabilize. The global economy exhales. Road 2, escalation. Iran refuses. The U.S. follows through on infrastructure strikes. The strait stays closed. Oil hits record highs. Regional allies are drawn deeper into the conflict, and the global economy absorbs a shock unlike anything since World War II. As of right now, both roads are still open. The next 7 days may be the most consequential week in global geopolitics in a generation. This is Daily World, and we will be here every single day covering every development in this story as it unfolds. If you want to understand what is really happening in the world, not just the headlines, but the full picture, make sure you are subscribed and have the notification bell turned on. Because right now, the world cannot afford to look away, and neither can you.